Hey, everybody. So I think we're recording now. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. I wanted to do a training for my team and for other coaches to help add value to them about creating a vision board for 2017. So this was a newer concept to me not too long ago, and I found that the most effective way to do it, last year I tried to make a paper vision board, and it didn't work out very well. And I've recently gotten much more proficient at using picmonkey. So first of all, I'm going to be showing you how to do a vision board using picmonkey, which is an online photo editing style thing. So I'll be using that to screen share with you guys. Another option, you can use paper and, scissors. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. Real life. Phone calls and messages and everything. But so you can do a paper one and cut things out and put it on your vision board. You can also do an app, and I think it's $1 or $1 something on for iPhone called Rona Collage. And you can pay for that app and use that too. There's a bunch of different free options for content and stuff, so that you're welcome, to use instead of picmonkey. But that's just what I'm going to be showing today and what I use. And what I like about picmonkey is that I can print. So I make copies of my vision boards or whatever I'm doing. I make copies of them, and then I can put them around my house. It is now the background screen on my computer. So first, to start out, we're going to jump right in. First, what I did was I sit down and I make a list of all my goals. And what I do is all of my 2017 goals and beyond. Sometimes if some of those goals that are on my vision board might not happen in 2017, but the steps that I start taking now to reach some of those goals will happen by 2018, 2019, depending on what they are and how lofty they are. So I want you to let your mind wander and to stretch to the scariest goals and things that may make you a little bit nauseous inside, things that make you really nervous, like in the pit of your stomach, like really, nervous. So I'm going to do a screen share here with, let me make sure that this is all going to work. Okay. So I'll show you how I did it, and then we're going to talk about what to do after the vision board is created. Oh, where are you guys? Hold on. Sorry. I've lost you. Okay. So I'm going to do a screen share real quick. Screen share. Okay. So here we are. So this is picmonkey.com editor. Okay. And so I have it saved already as my background on my computer, but I've left it open for editing so that I can show you how I did it. So usually when you start out, you go to, let me create a new tab and go to picmonkey originally. So you go to picmonkey, here's the main page, right? And go to design, go to blank canvas, and then Facebook cover photo, which is what I did so that it expands my entire screen. You can do whatever you want though. You can create your own dimensions. I just liked this shape to make a cover photo if you wanted. Because on my screen, if you can see in the background right here, like it expands across my entire screen over here. So I liked that design. So pick a background color. It can be white. It can be whatever you want. You just go see, just have fun with whatever you want. Get really creative. And that can be hard sometimes. That's also why I like picmonkey over cutting out paper articles and stuff, because I'm not very creative. So I like aids. So I like being able to see the options that are here. So you pick a canvas color, do whatever. Over in here with the little butterfly or the overlays, different art, pictures, geometric shapes to put on. You can put words and tons of different fonts. And to have the full access to picmonkey, it's $33 a year. I believe it's $33 a year. So anyway, they have got themes, they've got fun stuff to do. So just kind of dive into that and have fun with this. One day, what I did was, one day when I was just watching like a show that I normally watch, that I don't really pay a ton of attention to, it's just kind of in the background. I'm just kind of enjoying, I'm sitting down, I was relaxed. I had written down all my goals on my piece of paper. So like I had my piece of paper, I had my notebook, I had written down all my scary goals and everything. Sorry, I dropped some stuff. So had written down all my scary stuff. And then I just put it all here. I did, Catherine Smith, vision board 2017. And I just played with different colors. I overlaid different words, so some of these things might be foreign to you, because I'm a Team Beachbody coach. So a lot of these are related to my business goals in terms of my company. Sorry, guys. So one is registered nurse. I'm currently working towards becoming a registered nurse. I have to pass my NCLEX this year and work as a nurse. I want to own my own home. And again, this is a great example of one that won't necessarily happen this year, but something that, because you have to have, proof of income over a long period of time, et cetera. So I know that this won't necessarily happen this year, but I'm keeping that vision in my head for that long-term goal for the long run. Host a national wake-up call right here. That is something related to Beachbody. And if you're already a Beachbody coach, then you know what that is. Qualify for the New Leader Conference. I want to read 12 personal development books. Put me first this year, 2017, fit as shit. Sorry if you've got children in the room. I won't be swearing again. But anyway, that's my hashtag for this year. In my business, certain goals in terms of like helping people, and also like with my own rank and status and income are on here. So that's how I do it. And what I did was I went to Google and I looked up just the word Success Club. I Googled New Leader Conference. I Googled registered nurse. I Googled all this stuff, and I took the pictures and I cut them, I cropped them, and then I added them to this as an overlay. So if you go to overlays, you can go to add your own. And then here's on my desktop. I would save pictures to my desktop, and then I would add them on here. So, and then just have fun with it. Just let your creativity flow, especially if that's easy for you, then just go ahead. If it's not, just try to let go of any of those restraints that you've held back on in terms of creativity. Just kind of do whatever you want. So next, I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay. So hold on. My face is really big on here. Okay. So you want to find pictures that represent or symbolize experiences, feelings, and possessions that you want to attract in your life, and you want to put them on your board. So whether that's looking through the magazines or going into Google and printing something out if you're doing a physical one, or like I said, I looked on Google, I cropped photos into what I wanted, I added words next to each one to represent what it is. So now the question is, okay, I've done my vision board, now what? What do I do? So first, I end up creating an action plan for the first, second, third, fourth quarter of the year. So if I look at my picture and I go, okay, what is it going to take to become a registered nurse? And what is my action plan the next 2 months? Because I'd like to do that the first quarter of the year, ideally. So what does that take? And I go, okay, I need to do this, and that. So I create a schedule and I put it in, oh my gosh, Erin Condren planners or whatever life planner you want. Highly recommend it. And love it. So I put it in my planner and I schedule my January, my February, my March. And I schedule it out and I write it all down on how I want to achieve each goal. And I think, okay, what is it going to take for me to reach elite status? Okay, I need to have 5 coaches on my team go diamond. And how am I going to do that? I need to create trainings like this. I need to create trainings and content for my team that is going to help inspire them and help them move forward. And I'm going to check in with them and talk about their goals and write it down in my little notes section of my notebook. And each month, make sure that I've connected with them to talk about their goals. Did they meet some of their goals? If not, why? And, constantly be in contact with them and putting in new trainings and connecting with new people and helping more people to change their lives. So you sit down and you think about what you need for each goal. For owning a house, I need all of this, so I'm going to look at the long term later and think about, God, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to think about the long term and think, what do I need for this? Well, I want to work as a nurse for a while. I also want to build my business so that when I have, kids, I can stay home with them and I don't have to go back to work after a month or two, depending on what maternity leave is at the facility that I'm working, so that I could spend the first few years at home with them. So, and to have our own home and live without pressure, and live in a beautiful house and without the pressure that I remember my parents grew up with, or that I grew up with my parents, and how they were working. All I remember when I was a kid is they worked so damn much and they work so hard and they don't have a retirement and they're worried, later on in their life, you know what I mean? So what I want to talk about is, so creating that and really visualizing that. See how I'm creating a vision right now? You see how I'm creating that lifestyle. I've put myself in my home, even if my home won't look like the one in the picture. I loved how that house looked. It looked homely. It looked like a home I would want to come home to. So I'm creating that and I'm visualizing it. Look at your vision board often and feel the inspiration that it provides. That is its job, is to provide inspiration and to help direct you on a daily basis, especially if, life happens, things happen. You can't predict if there's going to be a death in the family or, having to move, or if you're a military person, like if all of a sudden you guys have to move, and go across the country, you want that in your life to help direct you. So next is internalize the future that it represents and visualize these goals in your mind, no matter how big and far away they seem. So it might be 5 years before, or 5 to 10 years before I can own a home, but it's on my vision board and it will stay on my vision board every year until I achieve that goal, because I want to keep that long-term goal in sight for myself. And I want you to feel the future that you've designed for yourself. So again, I can sit here and I can visualize owning my own home, and I can see myself in the kitchen, with my husband, and deciding, how we want to remodel our kitchen, or how we want to do whatever, how we want to design our own house, how we want to make it our own. What type of furniture do we want to do? How do we want to decorate? And that helps bring it alive for me and helps keep me focused on my goals and what I need to do. Next, and I think this is really important, be present and appreciate and acknowledge what you have presently and enjoy the process, because that is where the most growth comes from, is the process. I was just talking to, someone the other day about how, high school, going through school, they teach you to do homework. And, I remember when I was a kid, my dad would always tell me, it's not about just turning in your homework and just getting it done at the end of the night to turn it in tomorrow. It's about learning how to do the problems, going through the process. And I didn't quite understand it then, and I do now. And enjoying that process is where the most growth comes from, and that's where things really matter and where it really comes into play. Enjoy this process. I enjoy the process of talking to new people and making new connections with my team. I don't necessarily enjoy the process of studying, but I appreciate the process that is required to reach my goals for nursing. And again, these are just for me. So and when you're making these goals, make sure that they are for you and not someone else's goals for you or what you think other people want. I want them to be authentic and you only. So don't sit there with your girlfriends and talk about what would be great. Sit by yourself, maybe some music in the background, whatever you want, and decide, when you make your list ahead of time, decide what you want for you and your vision for your future. Sorry, got sidetracked. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. So also along this journey over the next year, acknowledge how far you've come instead of beating yourself up with how far you have to go. And that, to me, that's really important. And I talked a lot about that with my clients, who have a lot of weight to lose, for example. Acknowledge how far you've come and the changes you've made, and recognize the steps you have to do to reach your end goal, but also appreciate where you're at now. I'm really big on appreciating where you're at right now, and who you are. And my last bit of advice would be, look at your vision board before going to bed, at night, and when you wake up first thing in the morning to help keep you focused. And like I said, I printed copies of my vision board, and they're in my bedroom. There's one in my kitchen, and I have it on my background screen as my screensaver on my computer. So, sorry, I'm closing out a bunch of tabs, but that is my best advice for you to make a vision board for this year. And if you're one of my coaches or if you're one of my downline, reach out to your coach or reach out to me if you need any advice. I would love to give it. And if you're someone looking for just a general vision board, I hope that this was also helpful for you. And I hope you guys have a great day. And 2017 is going to be so amazing. We had, to me, I always think that of rough years as a way for a new year to really blossom and grow. And 2016 was really hard for a lot of people. And I feel like it's going to open up the doors for 2017 to be that much more life-changing and amazing. So I hope you guys, comment below on the YouTube channel. Tell me what you thought, or send me your vision board. I'd love to see it. Again, my name is Catherine Smith, and I'm a Team Beachbody coach. And reach out to me if you have any questions or you want to talk. And have a beautiful day.